Good day to all. Thank you for joining this session, and it's an absolute pleasure to be speaking to you all. Please let us know where you are joining from, and I look forward to interacting with you. We'll give a few seconds for people to join, then get this going. Good day to all again. I'm Rajesh Kumar. I represent logistics practice of Romco Systems. I'm happy to welcome you all to this session. And again, it's a pleasure. Before we get to the core of the content, let me quickly introduce Romco's logistics practice. I'll take a few seconds on it to set the context before going into the specific capabilities of the application. I hope you all can see my screen. Great. Providing a thumbnail view about logistics practice of Romco Systems. We've been in existence for the last 5+ years. We set up a dedicated practice for logistics industry and proceeded to build or conceptualize, design, and develop an end-to-end integrated solution exclusively for logistics industry. Not many enterprise solutions can claim that. We have about 20+ customers spanning 25+ industries and 12+ countries. And this means that Romco Logistics Solution has the capability to address the logistics needs of a wide range of industries across countries and their stock-keeping units. Gartner has specified Romco Logistics Solution as a notable vendor for transportation management system for APAC region. Moving to the next slide. The objective of this slide is to highlight the day in the life of Romco Logistics Solution. This highlights the capability of the system to handle a huge volume and the associated complexities. It's a scalable solution and it's proven. Moving towards the core content, we are committed to the market in terms of continuing to build and strengthen our logistics solution. And we do it at a great pace and at a great volume. We have a quarterly release. The recent release, we had 200+ new features, and the primary ones are dynamic planning and optimization for the transportation system, multifaceted profitability without having to build reports for it. When I say multifaceted profitability, profitability by customer, profitability by region, profitability by location, profitability by lane, etc. We have 20+ dimensions, and you can slice and dice the profitability by those. A franchisee model, which is crucial for courier industry, and also a plethora of nuances and capabilities specific to courier, express, and parcel industry, and e-commerce logistics business. And in the process, we also add a lot of digital transformation capabilities to our solution. This word digital transformation has become a cliche of late. However, we define digital transformation in the context of our customers and prospects. It's very subjective in nature. For an organization which does everything on paper, moving them towards or to paperless atmosphere is digital. For someone who has a system of record, implementing a system of automation is digital. For someone who is well automated, adding optimization capabilities is digital. And someone who operates in an optimal manner, implementing the capabilities of innovation with the help of artificial intelligence, machine learning, chatbots, robotics, etc. is digital. Romco Logistics Solution has the capability to address to the varying maturity requirements of our target segment. As you could see, we can provide an end-to-end integrated operational system We can help to automate and optimize the operations. We can also add the innovation layer with the help of a wide range of innovation tools. And with this introduction, I will move towards demonstrating some of the features we have launched as part of the recent release. First, I'm going to show or demonstrate a mobile application, which is meant for couriers and drivers. As stated in my introduction, digital transformation is very subjective in nature. And by the definition, putting the capabilities of a software solution into the hands of the employees on the lowest rung of the organization ladder in the form and shape they like qualifies to be a very important digital transformation initiative. This capability is all about that. Romco Transport Management System comes with a driver mobile application for drivers and couriers, and providing it in the language they are comfortable with results in a significant amount of increase in productivity and efficiency, which is what we have done here. I will play the video which demonstrates this multilingual mobile application for couriers. To begin with, the language preference can be set by the system administrator in the application's context. As you could see, the preference can be selected from a wide range of options. And in this case, it's going to be Bahasa language, as the country is Indonesia. Once this language preference is set, the driver will be able to review the details in his mobile application in his native language, which helps a lot. As you could see, the trip information is seen in Bahasa language. He can drill down to see the legs and bookings he has to deliver. And the driver will be able to open to perform the transactions. As you could see, he can start the trip. He can also look at the booking details. Proceeds to capture the timestamps in terms of arrival, picked up, or departure. He can also register the packages he picks up from the customer premise or he delivers. The quantity, any damages, the specifications such as kilo weight and volume could be captured in the native language. So the application is very flexible. A wide range of language preferences can be set, and this is something we launched as part of the recent release. And before I move to the next demonstration, I will quickly check if the questions have come up and try to address them. And please feel free to post your questions. Yes, here is a question from Mr. Sunil from CIS School of Logistics, Noida. Yes, thank you for joining this, Sunil. Look forward to interacting with you. With this, I will move to the next demonstration. It's about visualization capability in the logistics application. This is another capability. Oh, please bear with me. Yes. Yes. Here is another capability which puts the power of an enterprise solution into the hands of people who matter the most. In the transportation industry, it's the planners and dispatchers. We have created a visualization platform for transportation planning. Romco Transportation Management System has the capability to create a wide range of trip plans for huge number of bookings automatically based on the rules and constraints we set. Once these trips are created, the planner and dispatcher has the option to review the trips, the route details, the cost and revenue of the trips, the schedules on the visualization tool, and if necessary, they can also make changes to the trips with a simple functionality of dragging and dropping. So let me demonstrate that capability to you now. As played in the video, Romco transportation system has automatically created trip plans. And now the planner reviews the trip plans using the visualization tool. It's a home screen where there are three icons on the left. The first icon reveals information about the trip. When I say trip, it's about the customer, from, to, the consignment number, and all of those. The second icon is a map icon. As you could see, clicking on the map will provide the route information. Expanding the map on the right side, the route can be seen for the trip. And by clicking on any of the delivery points, the red icons of the delivery points, by clicking on those, the estimated time of arrival and the sequence of delivery can be seen by the dispatcher. And this will help the planner to check or validate if the service levels agreed with the customers are met. And that's about the second icon. Moving to the third icon, which is about the profitability. By clicking on the third icon, the most important details of a trip, such as the cost, revenue, margin, the utilization of the vehicle in terms of volume and weight or quantity could be seen. This is a very powerful capability. In addition to that, this dashboard comes with 3 layers of drill down, as it's with any good dashboard. Now, it has 3 layers. As you could see, the first layer, the trips can be expanded to the legs. It has. And a leg can be expanded to the consignment. And the consignment can be expanded to the package details. When it's a package, whether it's a document, parcel, drum, pallet, container, etc. In this case, it's a bags. So he will be able to review the details up to 3 levels. It doesn't stop there. The planner has the option to add, modify, or delete some of the assignments of the trip with a right click and make a suitable selection. So he doesn't have to go back into the application to perform these tasks. He will be able to do it from the visualization engine itself. In addition, the tool also provides visibility in terms of the unplanned bookings and also the available resources to cater to those bookings. So we are showing the vehicles and drivers as the resources. However, the engine is flexible to include other forms of resources too, such as containers, trailers, subcontractors, or schedules of the ocean liners and air carriers. All these resources could be included as part of the resources. And the planner has the option to drag and drop, which is he can drag and drop a vehicle to a booking, a driver to a vehicle, or a booking to a vehicle, and then create trip plans on the go. So he doesn't have to go back to the planning engine of the transportation system. Ad hoc trip plans can be created by dragging and dropping the vehicles, drivers, and bookings on each other. This provides a lot more flexibility to make use of the judgment of the dispatcher. In addition, as you could notice, this engine has 2 views. One is the trip view. The second one is the resource view. The dispatcher can select the resource view and see by resources the tasks assigned and the schedules. And there is a filter option in the screen using which the dispatcher can retrieve a certain resource. It could be a driver or it could be a vehicle, and then check the assignments given to that resource and also the availability. As shown in the screen, using the filter option, the dispatcher retrieves a certain vehicle, reviews the assignment, and then the availability. So this one-stop engine, provides a holistic and complete overview of the plans the system has created, and provides the power to the dispatcher to be able to make changes in visual form, to be able to add, delete, modify, to be able to create trip plans on the go, to be able to check the availability of resources so that they comply with the working hours of the drivers. All these could be done in the screen itself. That's the second capability I wanted to highlight. Please feel free to post your questions and I will be happy to answer. And it's not all about transportation management system. I will also touch upon some of the features of warehouse management system as we progress. Please allow me a minute. while I'll move to the next feature. Great. The third feature I'm going to talk about is profitability. It's a $1 million question in logistics industry. Logistics companies have long established complex reports to be able to distribute the cost and revenue across bookings and trips. Because revenue per booking or revenue per trip is a very important KPI which defines the performance of an organization, especially the logistics company. So these people, the logistics companies, historically have built complex reports and logics to be able to distribute the cost and revenue. Very few solutions globally come with inbuilt capability or distribution logics to be able to auto-assign the cost and revenue to the bookings as well as the trips. And this feature is going to be about that. The feature I'm going to show next will illustrate the capability with the simplest of examples. A subcontractor vehicle on a monthly rental basis is used by the logistics company to make deliveries. While the monthly cost is fixed, the value the truck delivers in terms of the number of bookings, in terms of the number of trips, varies every month. And this feature provides the one-time setup of distributing the monthly cost across bookings, across trips, irrespective of the numbers in a certain month. And that's what we are going to show. As demonstrated in the screen. Okay, my apologies. It has gone ahead. I'm going to allow me a minute while I correct the slides. Great. Sorry for the inconvenience. Here, as a user, you wish to check the profitability of the booking request, each booking request in a location. And I'm going to show some of the bookings the system has catered to, transportation bookings in a month. We are going to retrieve the bookings that have been delivered in a duration, let's say a month. And each of these booking requests has delivered a certain revenue based on the contract it has with the customer. So let me open a couple of booking requests to show the details of it. So these are the 10 bookings that have been delivered in this month. Opening one of the bookings. This also presents me the opportunity to show you the booking screen of Onco Logistics application. It captures all the basic information such as what's the service type, who is the customer, what's the type of priority, ship to, consignment type, the dimensions such as weight and volume, the quantity, class of stores, and at the bottom, it also highlights the revenue which is based on the contract with the customer. Similarly, I will open another booking request which has a different revenue based on its own characteristics, whether it's in terms of weight or volume. As per the agreement with the contract, this booking has a different revenue here. Now, as a logistics company, you deliver these bookings based on a monthly contract with a subcontractor, third-party trucker. I'm showing a sample contract here, as you could see. This is the supplier contract. On the right side, you see the buy option, which means that it's a vendor contract. And the invoicing frequency is monthly, as shown here. And then it's going to be monthly rental charges, as defined at the bottom. And then the value it's going to be 7,050 ZAR. And it's for delivery within the region of Eastern Cape province. So I have a contract with a subcontractor for a truck, and I will be paying him on a monthly basis. Now, you as a supervisor want to set the costing logic, distribution logic, to be able to distribute this monthly cost across those bookings. Let's see how it's done. I'm going to show where the distribution cost logic is set. It's a one-time setup. It can be changed anytime. As you could see, you are in the costing logic screen of Ronco's transportation management system or logistics solution. You select the location. For this location, I'm giving the description. I'm also specifying that I'm going to distribute the cost of a contract to the bookings. I will select this option called contract to booking. I will take a step back to show the options available here because it's crucial. As you could see, I will take a step back. Please allow me. Yes. It's not only spreading the monthly contract to bookings, you can also spread the monthly contract to consignments. If it's a warehouse, you can spread the cost to inbound orders, outbound orders. You can also spread the cost of internal operations to the transportation and warehouse orders. You can spread the revenue of a transportation order to the trips it takes, because one booking sometimes takes 3 or 4 legs, first mile, last mile, line haul. So you have multiple options. Quickly summarizing, the spreading the revenue of a booking across the trips it undertakes, or spreading the internal cost across the transportation or warehousing orders, spreading the monthly cost across the inbound orders or outbound orders of a warehouse, or the booking or consignment mode of transportation. So once you select this category, in this case, I'm going to spread the monthly cost across the bookings. And I'm also going to state what's the basis. As you can see, there are multiple options. I can decide to choose to spread the cost by count, by weight, or by revenue. In this case, I'm choosing the weight option. And I'm also going to specify whether it's a cost distribution or revenue distribution, or it's both. So quickly summarizing, I've set the costing logic here, which states that for Barlow DC location, I'm going to spread the monthly cost to the bookings. And the basis for distribution is weight. And it's only for the cost allocation, not for revenue allocation. So once I save it, the system will automatically distribute the cost across the bookings or deliveries that third-party truck is responsible for. So let me show the screen where the distribution happens. I'm going to select the time range to retrieve the bookings and see the cost distribution. For illustration purpose, I have taken one truck and 10 bookings. However, when you have thousands of trucks and when you have millions of bookings, like you have in courier express and parcel industry, this cost and revenue distribution comes handy. It saves a huge amount of time and effort. So I'm going to search for the bookings the third-party truck has delivered. As we could see, the system has automatically allocated the cost and revenue. It shows the booking ID, the location, the service, the customer, the contract ID, what's the delivery type. In this case, it's pickup and delivery, and then the invoice number. The system shows the revenue as per the customer contract. The system has distributed the cost based on the weight logic we have just set up, which is in this case, based on the weight of the booking request, the system has apportioned, assigned, or allocated the corresponding cost component to it. So this is as simple as it. It's a one-time setup, and it works like magic. And the best part is, it's not only by for a location. The system comes with 20 plus dimensions, which means that you can see profitability by customer, by location, by region, by group of locations, by service type, by sub-service type. You can also see by billing methodology. You can also see by lane. You can see by leg. You can see by trip. You can see by booking. There are so many dimensions that exist in the system. So you can see profitability by each of these dimensions without having to build reports and instantaneously from the system itself. That's one of the biggest differentiator we bring to the table. Would like to reiterate, please feel free to post your questions. I will be more than happy to answer. Now, I will talk about the next capability. We've talked about transportation system for quite some time. It's time to venture into warehouse management system, because Romco's logistics solution has all the modules a logistics company needs, whether it's transportation, warehousing, fleet maintenance, contract management, invoice management, finance, visibility, HR, and payroll. All these modules make a Romco logistics solution. Having said that, it's also modular in nature. So you don't have to purchase the whole, or the customer has to implement the whole solution. They can pick and choose the modules they wish. So let's take a look at one of the key features we launched for warehouse management, which is demand-based replenishment. This capability is about the automatic replenishment of forward pick locations. Forward pick locations, you're all aware, are set up for the most popular and fast-moving SKUs in the warehouse. And these forward pick locations, they present a cost-effective pick option. They also improve the economy of movement in the warehouse, in addition to improving the warehouse throughput significantly. However, the effectiveness of forward pick location is dependent on how well it's replenished from the source location, which is a bulk storage elsewhere in the warehouse, and how well it's ensured that the forward pick location never runs out of stock. And it requires a very capable warehouse management system to be able to monitor the forward pick locations and replenish them when the quantity reaches the minimum level set for those locations, which is what exactly we have provided in our warehouse management system. So let me demonstrate how the demand-based replenishment works. And a few questions are coming. I will take after this demonstration. So what is that we are going to demonstrate as part of demand-based replenishment? You as a supervisor of the warehouse wants to set up a forward pick location. It's as simple as a cakewalk. As you could see, a target location is set up. Target location is nothing but the forward pick location. And every forward pick location will also have a source location, which is the bulk storage location elsewhere in the warehouse, which is called as source zone, as you could see on the right. And there are options to set a minimum quantity and then the replenishment quantity also in this screen. Now that the warehouse supervisor has set up the forward pick location, he can proceed to set up a rule. One of the significant strengths of ROMCO warehouse management or transport management system is it comes with a huge library of strategic and tactical rules. I'll give simple examples. When you create a warehouse, you set up a zone. And what's the pick strategy I should apply when I pick from this zone? Is it pick to clear, first in, first up, last in, first up, first manufacture, first up, first expiry, first up? So there are a wide range of strategies that come as part of the system. In addition, you can also set your custom strategy. Similarly, if I had to do the put away slot to this location, what's the strategy I should apply? Is it put away to consolidate, put away to the next available bin, put away to the fastest bin? So the system comes with a wide range of rules, and you're going to see one of the rules where you can enable the demand-based replenishment, which means that if the quantity in the forward pick location reaches the minimum level set, the system should automatically create a replenishment plan and assign to an employee so that the forward pick location is replenished, which is what I'm going to show. So where does it set the rule? The system has a rule section in the wave screen. There is an option at the top where you can type the screen you want to access. Going to the wave screen, there is a rule section on the right side. Clicking on the rules, it takes you to the page where you can enable demand-based replenishment. So this is where you set up the demand-based replenishment rule. I'll take a step back so that you can absorb this. Yes. So you can also set other rules such as do the rules check, critical days check. You can also set what's the allocation in the rule that should be followed and how does the replenishment happen. So you can set a wide range of rules, but to keep the demonstration simple, we have enabled the demand-based replenishment in this screen. Let me proceed with the demo now. Now that the rules are set up, let's take a look at how the orders are processed. As a supervisor, you want to review the orders that have come in for the day. You select the date range, and you notice that 4 orders are coming to the system. And so, yes. How did these 4 orders come in? These 4 orders could be received using multiple options. ROMCO Logistics Solution comes with a wide range of APIs. So we can integrate with the third-party ERP systems or e-commerce portals, shopping carts, and receive these orders. So now that these orders have come in, as a supervisor, you're going to wave them or consolidate them and create a pick list. You go to the wave screen, search for the orders that have to be planned for picking. And the search option will retrieve the orders to be picked for the day. As you could see, there are 4 orders that exist. And the supervisor selects all the orders and proceeds to create a wave and pick list. Select all the orders, create a wave and pick list. The system confirms that the pick list has been generated. However, when you go to the confirmed waves to validate that the pick list is generated for all 4 orders, it is noticed that the pick list is generated only for 2 orders because the forward pick location doesn't have enough quantity or adequate quantity to be able to fulfill all 4 orders. So you see one pick list created. Clicking on the pick list will reveal that only 2 orders have been planned as part of the pick list. As you could see, out of the 4 orders, 2 orders are part of this pick list. So now that the system knows that there is inadequate quantity in the forward pick location, because of which it's not able to create a way for all 4 orders, it has automatically created a bin-to-bin transfer plan. It's nothing but the replenishment plan, which is moving a certain inventory quantity from the source location to the forward pick location so that the remaining 2 orders can be waived and fulfilled. So as you could see, this replenishment plan is auto-created. For demonstration purpose, I'm assigning to an employee myself. However, it's a complete automated solution where you can schedule the allocation of the jobs. So I've assigned it to the person. Now that this replenishment plan is executed, the supervisor, you as a supervisor, can go and retrieve the remaining 2 orders, create a wave, and create a pick list. Now that the forward pick location is replenished, the system will be able to create a pick list because there is inventory available in the forward pick location. So I'm going to click those, say create pick list. The system creates a pick list for me. And for our validation, we are going to go to the confirmed pick list screen to see if these 2 orders are also planned in the pick list. Let me show that to you. Going to the confirmed waves and searching based on the date, I'm going to see the pick list that are created for this day. Searching has revealed that 2 pick lists are generated. The first one was for the initial wave. This one after replenishment. As you could see, 2 orders, the remaining orders are part of this wave. So quickly summarizing, it's an automated solution. You can set in the solution stating that upon completion of the previous activity, the subsequent activity should be planned and assigned, which means that there is no need for manual intervention. The entire warehouse operations can be automated. The only human intervention is when the warehouse picker receives the pick list in its mobile application. We provide a mobile application which is visually pleasing. The entire warehouse operations can be carried out in the mobile application. However, for demonstration purpose, I've shown that the forward pick location did not have enough quantity to cater to all 4 orders. So the pick list was generated for only 2 orders. Now the system knows that it wasn't able to cater to all 4 orders because of inadequate quantity in the forward pick location. It has auto-created a bin-to-bin transfer plan, which is the replenishment plan. The forward pick location is replenished. Now the pick list could be generated for the remaining 2 orders. So this demand-based replenishment is an integral part of Ramco warehouse management system. It's also called as triggered replenishment or opportunistic replenishment in some parts of the world. I hope I'm making myself clear, and I will be happy to redo and answer if there are questions. So a few questions have come in. I'm going to answer those. First question, it's about, can we automate all of the booking requests for quickly planning? Yes, it is. The system comes with 400 plus planning and optimization parameters, and you can set a scheduler, and the system will be able to plan for all of the booking requests in a go. And for one of the courier companies we work with, LBC Express, they handle millions of shipments in a month, and the system is able to automatically plan for those. So yes, to answer your question, it's possible to automate all of the booking requests for quick planning. Once the plans are generated, you can use the visualization tool to review the trips and make course corrections if necessary. I hope that answers the question. Moving to the Next one, how much forecasting can we do in profitability module? I'm not sure if I get the question right. So profitability module is a tool which provides you profitability by various dimensions, either in terms of forecasted revenue, which we call as revenue accrual. The, the trip is still in progress. In transportation terms, the trip is still in progress. It's not completed. Invoice is not raised. However, the system will be able to post the revenue accrual based on the revenue distribution logic, or post the cost accrual based on the cost accrual logic we set up at the back end, as I showed. So yes, you will be able to forecast the revenue for all of the ongoing orders, whether it's transportation or warehousing. Please feel free to write to me if you think that the question is not completely addressed. I will be happy to respond to you in detail separately. Right. And I will move to the next capability, which I wanted to demonstrate. Please allow me a minute. Yes, a very important feature for those organizations who are into courier, express, and parcel industry, which is cash on delivery. Cash on delivery service is one of the biggest drivers of e-commerce business. It's also the trickiest part. Every additional day's delay in receiving the cash means that the working capital is stuck in the pipeline, and there is struggle for cash flow. So the CEP industry, the courier, express, and parcel companies, and e-commerce logistics companies, they are setting up stringent contracts and SLAs with their logistics partners to ensure that the cash they collect returns to them on time or at the earliest. And this poses a huge challenge for the logistics company. A logistics company which works with an e-commerce company deals with thousands of shipments in a day, and they deal with tens and hundreds of customers, which means that they require a transportation management system which is capable of capturing the service levels for each of the customers, providing the logistics company the visibility into those service levels, and it also sends automatic triggers to them so that any breaches could be prevented, which is what exactly we have provided as part of our transportation management system. I will proceed to show how that works in a gist. First, you as a contract team signs a contract with a customer, an e-commerce retailer, who wants to define cash on delivery service level to you. Let me show how the contract is set up. The system has a provision where you can set up the contract. As shown here, I'm showing a sample contract to you. The contract has a unique ID and the service we provide, and what's the invoicing frequency, or what's a milestone based on which invoicing will happen. And at the bottom, it will also show what's the charging method. In this case, it's a rate per booking. And we have a concept called tariff ID, which is nothing but a unique combination of the service we provide and how am I going to charge for the service, under what terms and conditions. I'm clicking on the tariff ID, which will reveal a lot more information about the charging agreement between the e-commerce retailer and the logistics company or partner. As you could see, this tariff ID is a unique ID on top. It's for transportation. The charging is going to be based on weight, every booking's weight. And this is applicable only for delivery to these regions, which is Metro Manila regions. And then it also says that this is for a certain service type and sub-service type. And this is applicable for only between 1 and 10 pages. And if you notice here, there is a field called Tariff Service ID, which states that the cash on delivery service level is 5 days, which means from the moment the product is picked up from the warehouse for delivery, within the next 5 days, the cash has to be returned back to the e-commerce retailer. Applicable only for cash on delivery shipments. So this is where we set up. So you can proceed to set up n number of contracts, and you can have different service levels for different customers. Now that the contract is set up, you as a logistics partner proceeds to receive the transportation bookings from your e-commerce companies. Like Amazon tells you, hey, a customer has placed an order for iPhone, please go and deliver. Pick it up from my warehouse, go and deliver to this address. So I'm showing another contract too for illustration purpose. In the interest of time, I will skip a bit Yes. Let's look at the bookings. Now that the contract is set up for COD shipments, the SLAs is 5 days. I'm going to retrieve the bookings that are coming for that day. I'm going to search for the confirmed bookings. And as I said before, we provide an API to connect with shopping carts, to connect with order management systems, to connect with e-commerce websites or warehouse management systems of applications. So orders can be directly received from these systems. As you could see, so many cash on delivery shipments have come in. I'm going to open one of the bookings to show how that looks like in the booking screen. Selecting one of the booking, you will be able to see that the booking screen itself shows the amount to be collected as well as the SLA. As you could see at the bottom on the left side, it shows that the SLA for this is 10 days and the amount to be collected is 700 PHP. So this is a sample booking where you will have visibility into the service levels. And I will also open another booking to show a different data where you see that the service level to return the cash is 5 days here, and the amount to be collected at the time of delivery is 800 PHP. So these are the cash on delivery bookings. Now that these bookings are assigned to the couriers who go on to deliver them, we have a dedicated screen in our application. It's called COD screen, where you will be able to see the segregation of bookings based on the service levels. I will show a sample here. This is a screen, as you could see. If I want to search as the head of the location, I will be able to see all of the bookings. I can distinguish them by what are the bookings that have the service levels for cash remittance as 3 or less number of days. I click on SLA less than 3, the system will show those bookings. Or I want to see what are those bookings for which cash has to be returned in the next 11 days or less. I click on the next tab, the system will show those bookings. So that's the power of it. And the good part is the system also comes with Event Configurator, a small tool which is like an Excel tool where you can set a wide range of events. If this event, this is a threshold, if a breach occurs, I should be notified, this is the message. So it's like an Excel tool. Once you fill these, the system will automatically send triggers to you or alerts to you, stating that, hey, there is a potential breach likely if you don't deliver the cash for these bookings by tomorrow, so that you can expedite those actions. So automatic triggers are an inherent part of this application. That's the cash on delivery. So this brings me to the end of the session. I wish I had more time to demonstrate more features. However, I will be happy to conduct a separate demonstration of end-to-end features if you write to us and schedule some time. Meanwhile, I will take up some of the questions that are coming. Does the strategy on demand-based replenishment is at item level or at the customer level? It's at the item level. And if there is a reason why it has to be done at the customer level, yes, at order level, it can be done too. Currently, it stays at item level. We also have various provisions or various rules to be able to set these forward pick locations at the customer and order level. It is flexible. Moving to the next question, can we do picking based on frequently picked goods? Also, can we do based on goods expiry? These are standard capabilities. That's a good question. These are standard capabilities in the application. When we receive an item, we capture all the key information, such as manufacturing date, expiry date, best before date. We also maintain the critical dates, and we also maintain the shelf life. So it's possible to pick the item based on any of these parameters, based on expiry, based on shelf life, based on critical dates. Answer to your question is yes. And another question, how can we create a contactless delivery system of shipment? Excellent. It's contextual, need of the hour. If it's in the transportation, which is contactless delivery, I presume that it's at the delivery point, which is we have done for a few customers. I'll quote an example, Shubham. Before the delivery happens, 15 minutes before the scheduled delivery, the customers, the consignees will receive a notification saying that their consignment is due for delivery in the next 15 minutes. If you want to track the courier, click on the link. They will receive an SMS notification. They click on it, they will be able to track it in live, and the moment they drop it, they will receive another notification saying that it's dropped at the doorstep. So they can receive it and confirm it. So we can set automatic alerts, alerting the customer about an impending delivery, as well as soon as a delivery happens. By doing so, we can keep it contactless between the courier as well as the consignee. Great. And I'll quickly show some of the, I have 2 more minutes. I have exceeded the time. However, I will show some of the customers. Be perfect, which is e-commerce. We have some of the largest, e-commerce logistics companies. Project Port in US, which has about 1.5 million square feet warehouse, equipped with robots, runs on Romco warehouse management system. There is Entrigo, which is one of the up-and-coming e-commerce logistics company based in Philippines. Third-party logistics, we have huge presence across Australia, Southeast Asia, India, and US. Some of the big names like ProConnect, which comes with 100 plus warehouses and 1,500 plus vehicles. TBS Logistics, which is a billion-dollar group. Cameron Logistics, which is a leading third-party logistics in Australia. Freight forwarders, CKB Logistics, which is one of the prominent players in Indonesia. Shipping, and moving to subsegments of those industries. Project Cargo, we work with CKB Logistics again. Normacle Transport, which is in India. We have a strong capability in terms of cold chain logistics. Sunmaker Corporation, which is among the largest in Philippines, runs on Romco transportation and warehousing systems. And if it's about courier, express, and parcel, we have Nationwide Express, LBC, AP Cargo, and Intro. All of them are in Southeast Asia, West Asia region. Sorry for rushing a bit at the end. As I said before, please email to us with your queries, or if you want to schedule a detailed demonstration, or if you want to hear more about the features, I will be happy to send those informations and schedule some time with you. Thank you for your time and patience. It's been an absolute pleasure.